I thought we could have a look on some of the old things we have with this HTML part and the cars, and we could try to add a sort functionality to the cars. So I will share my screen. So this is just something, some break for you when you're doing the other repeat things. So let's see what we have here. I will go to my, this was the last one we had, test 4. Let's try if it's working still. Open in live server. And like that. Yeah, I think that will do. Yeah, this was the one we had. We were able to do this adding cars, and we had this delete and edit function. So we had the full CRUD without a database. So this was just working as long as the browser was running. So as soon as we close this browser window, the data is gone. So it was only in the memory. So we were using the array. So the lifetime of that was only so long as this page is running. We will try to add some CRUD functionality with the database on Friday when we are using this together with the web API. And the web API is the server part, and it will be connected to a database. So we can run this HTML page against this web API with help of JavaScript. The JavaScript will be the one that is doing the work in the background for us. But now today we're just going to add some sorting for you. See, we have this. Now it's not much sorting with the Volvos of the same type and year, but if we have other cars, we could have like sorting the brand, model, and year. So could have some sort buttons on that. I'm going to start just to create one button up here in the inside the brand for the input, because it's easier to see it. And when this works, we can move the button down to separate each separate column for the cars. I'm going to add some cars that are preloaded into the array when we start. And you see, when we start now, we have an empty array with cars. So we could actually steal the cars from this test number 2, I think. Well, I'm going to create a new file so we have something to put up onto this Teams section later on. So I'm going to create a new, I'm going to call it test 5. Well, I'm going to take all the code from the test 4. I'm just going to copy it inside here. I'm going to look if we have a CSS file also. We have test 4, so I could create a test 5 CSS because I'm going to do some changes to the CSS also. So I will create one test 5.css, and I'm going to copy the content from the test 4 to that. We have the same look. Like that. So I'm going to close this one down, and we try to run this test 5 with live server. Someone on the microphone maybe, or what? No, nothing. Are you all using the Visual Studio Code when you have been doing this, running these examples, or are you having another editor? Visual Studio Code?
VS Code.
Yeah, okay. Just trying to get some communication with you. That's why I'm asking these things. So, and you have been running with this live server thing also. It's pretty neat to use. And we will see that it's working now. So I'm going to add some cars that are preloaded. Yes. So I will add some cars into this array. And we had it from the test. In the test 2, we had some cars, I think. Yeah, this is the code. We moved it to the separate JS field so I could take them from that file instead. So you will see that this let cars array is populated with cars. So I could steal that and add the year, I think. I hope so. So I'll go back to test 5 and I do it like this. And then we add the year. This is just to make it faster and easier. So just make up some years. I'm going to copy this to the other ones also. I will try to have some different years so we, oh, that was not beautiful. So we could have some sorting. So I'm going to change the years here also. So we don't have the same years like that. So now I preloaded the cars array with cars that we could use right away. So I want, when I start it, I want to see the cars right away. And you remember we have this load my cars thing that is populating things when we have something in the array. So we could run it right away after here, actually. Load my cars. And this will hopefully load my cars in the background. And you see it, it's working right away. Because I had this, calling this function in the root of the script part. So these things will be run at once. So that's why it's working. So now you see we have some cars here. So excuse me. So what I want to do now is add some sort functionality. So we could sort from alphabetically, like the brand, model, and year. But we're going to start with the brand only, because the sort function is it's a built-in function in the array part of JavaScript. So it maybe looks a little bit funny. I will add one button also in the. I'm going to add it up here first, and then we're going to move it down here, because you remember that if you have a look on the code, this is easy to read, this section with the elements. And down here we are populating it afterwards with this way with strings. So it's not that easy to read at the same time. So we're going to do it in the top here. And then we could move the button down to the other columns also. So what do I want to do here now? I want to do an on click. Thinking here, yeah, I'm going to do it here. I'm going to add a button inside here. I hope I do it the right way now. Maybe I have to do it like this. button and end that one. And I want to try to see it also. Yeah, we get a button there. You see the button is ending up here now. We're going to do some styling on it so it ends up in the correct position. I just want to have some on-click event here. And this will call a function called sort. I want to style this button a little bit. I want to add also one text here. Sort. Like that. And then I'm going to add something to the CSS file. So we could have a use of that also too. You could see that we could have some, no, where did it disappear? I had my notes here. Here it is. I'm going to add my own thing to this CSS for this button specifically. And I'm going to create a CSS class. This class is has nothing to do with C# classes or JavaScript classes. This is just for the CSS. I'm going to call it sort button. And this will, I want to set things here like someone is writing something. No, it was not in this group then. I'm going to set some properties for the button. I'm going to set width is equals to pixels. I will set the height to 25 pixels. And I'm also going to tell that I'm going to have it on the right side with the float command here. Like that. That was not working. Yeah, yes, I haven't used it yet. But this is, you will see this if you compare with we had some styling for the input, for example. This hits all the inputs. So every time I have input, this will be affected with these settings. Now, when I created a class with a dot before here, I could use it on specific items in my HTML page. So I could tell that I'm using this sort button for this object, for example. So I will go here for, let's see what position I have it in. I will tell it on the button, yes. Inside the button we have this on click, and then we have something called class. And this is equals to our sort button. I hope this will work. Doesn't seem to work yet. Maybe refresh. I want this button to be on the right hand side now. That was what I expected. Maybe
just 5.
I can't hear you.
I'll type in chat.
Okay. Okay, I haven't used test 5 yet. Yeah, I have the test 4. Thank you for the observation. Now maybe it's working better. You see now that at least we have this, now the sort button is there, but my column head disappeared. Yeah, maybe what did I do? Model, the brand information disappeared. Is it that easy? Yeah, so I managed to delete that one, obviously. Yeah, now you see it, that we have a small button down here with sort. And setting the size of this, I wanted to have it smaller than these kind of buttons. Otherwise, if I didn't have this class information, I would have the same size of this button as of these ones. So I created a class with specific styling that I'm using for this button. So now we want to use this somehow. We have told that we have an on-click event here, sort. We'll try to add it in our script section. I can add it here in the top so it's easy later on. Function sort. And with this I want now to do the sorting, so I need to write the correct things. Like that, okay. So I want to access this cars array. So this is holding the order of all the cars. So I want to manipulate that one. And this cars is an array, and this has this built-in functionality for sorting. It's a little bit specific when you have like objects that you are sorting. If you would just have a list or an array of strings, for example, it would work right away with the sort. But now when you have objects, you need to tell what property to sort on in the object. So you could write it like this. And then we would use some parameters here. We're going to use A and B. You will see why it's used like this. We come to that. I hate this navigation, yeah. It's complaining about something, maybe that I haven't done anything yet. So now I want to use these A and B that will be representing the properties. So I want to check if yeah, I'm gonna write it like this first. This was, I'm gonna do an if here, and I'm gonna check if A dot brand sorry, but this is not working so good now. If A dot brand is smaller than B dot brand, then we will do something. We will return -1. I have a lot of errors here, I see. I cannot see why it's complaining so much. Probably most likely because I made something wrong, but I tried to finish the code anyway. So we could have a check on what these things are doing. I just want to have like these red errors to disappear. So what is wrong? Anyone seeing anything obvious that is wrong? What it is complaining about? Expected.
I think you should have the closing parenthesis on line 69.
69.
68 after the A and B. You should close it. You have it on 75. You have two double.
Yeah. So this would make it better.
And now you have one extra on 75. Yes.
So like that. So now it's looking better. So now we are back in business here. So we have this. This I'm calling it sort. It's the same name as the array sort. But this one is comparing the properties, and it takes them. It uses. So this is like axing the property by a line at a time. So it's checking this brand. If it's smaller than the second one, it's returning -1. This is for the sort function. So the sort functionality is using this data, so -1 and 1. So by checking if one is smaller than the other, it's returning -1, or if it's bigger than the other, it's returning 1. So this means that this sort functionality could use these values to sort the data. So we could try to see if it's working also. We're gonna need to do this load my cars thing also after making this sort. So load my cars. So we try it. You see that we have some mixed here. And if I press sort, you see it's sorting with the Alfa Romeo first, and it seems to be in the correct order. And you see all the other properties like model and year is following. So it's not just sorting the first column, it's sorting the array, and all the data in the array is intact. So it's just sorting in. But that is thanks to this sort functionality with array. But what you need to take care of is telling here what property to sort on, or what. That's why we have this strange code. Does it look strange, or is it okay?
It's okay.
Yeah, perfect. So we could actually do this for advance this a little bit. We could tell that we have like, if you want to sort the other way, we could actually create another button also it's possible to have the same button and toggle the values, but I'm going to add another button also, so we have the functionality there also. So I'm just going to use the same button information for the next column. No, I'm going to use it in the same column. What am I doing? Yeah. Maybe if I do it like this, it would be easier to read. And add another button. I'm going to call this I'm going to have ascending and descending. I made something here again, something bad. Maybe that will do it. I see I have one button. This is outside almost. Maybe I did something wrong again. Yeah, that one is I need to move that also. Yeah, that was not beautiful. It's doing the work, but it's not that great. Not that great looking. But at least you see now I have two buttons here. I just want to use ascending and descending, so the sorting from A to Z or the other way around. So I could actually send in some parameters to this sort. You could not use the same quotation with a double quotation, so because we already have one here. So you could do it with a single quotation. So then you can have strings within strings, so to speak. And I'm going to tell this brand disk, and the other one will be brand ascending. I will send in two different parameters to the sort. So depending on the parameter, I will sort it ascending or descending. So we're going to need to go to the sort function again. We could have, like here, we could have it's taking an input. So I could call it. So I could have a check on this one if sorting is equals to, I'm using 3 equal signs in JavaScript because that is the most exact check. I think you already seen this in the links we are having, why to use that. So I'm getting some problems again with this. It is formatting. I don't know if that made it better. Okay. This looks strange now. Why doesn't it help me with this? And now it managed to fix the formatting so it's easy to read. So I'm using the Ctrl plus K plus F like in normal Visual Studio. So it's putting the lines in the correct positions. So I'm checking this could be moved inside here instead. remove that one. The load my cars will be in the. Come on now. Am I missing one more of these, or did I have one too many? Yeah, I think that would be the correct way. So we still have this sorting. So it's checking if it's sending in this brand ask, then it's sort this normal way. We could add some an else statement here also. Else if sorting is equals to the brand desk, we're going to do another sort. This sort code could be made a little bit easier. I mean, I don't know if it's easier, but it could be. We could use this arrow functionality, like Anna's been showing you also. So we could use the cars sort, and we could do like this. And we're going to use the A and B again. And we have this arrow functionality. And we are telling that A dot brand, if it's smaller than B dot brand, then we're going to return 1. Otherwise, we return minus 1. So I will try to get this so you can see it on one line. Did zoom out the wrong window, maybe? Yeah. So you will see that this code is doing the same as this code. This is because I'm using this arrow functionality with the functions, and also when I'm using this, I forgot the name of this. Is it what was it?
Ternary operator.
Ternary, yes. So this is like an if case. It's checking if a brand is smaller than B brand. If that is the thing, it will return 1. Otherwise, it will turn minus 1. So this is doing the same thing as this. So this is nice when you want to do some simple checks on things. If it's especially in this kind of things, it's nice to work and use. So we could also try to see if it's working actually. So we have both ASCII and desk. So let's try it. Press this one first. You see, I have the Alfa Romeos, and I press that other one, and we should have the Volvos first. And you see, we have the Volvos first now. So this is maybe easier to. This is easier to write. Maybe easier to read for some of you. Otherwise, you could try it this way if it's easier to do it. But both things work the same way, so it's just the way you're used to write the code. I will try to move these buttons down to each of these now and see if we could have a sort on everything. I will try to match it so it's possible to see as much as possible here of both the code and the web page. So I want to copy this information somehow with this is the section I'm interested in to the place where we are putting together the data. This could be tricky. So somewhere, where did I have it? Here. I want to add it to this section. So let's see, this could easily be wrong. So I want to have like this TH button here, and then I want to have I want it inside here. You will see it starts complaining a lot of things here. This is because I'm having the sort here with the double quotations, and you see, because I have double quotations around everything, I will have to make it for single quotation. I'm not sure if this single quotation also is working. Maybe I have to add this second quotation also. So I will try to get this together. This is why I didn't start it from here, because it was messing things up here completely. I'm just checking my notes here. Maybe I should try to get it. Oh, sorry. What is it complaining about now? Maybe it's something with the brand here. It's on this online. Sorry for this, but this is JavaScript. Maybe it's working now. So you see that we have the buttons here now on the data section also. So I will try to see if it's working. It should be the Alfa Romeo first. If I press here, nothing happens. Of course, it could be. We could have a check on if we get some errors, maybe. Pressing F12 in the browser. I'm checking the console. Unexpected end of input. Line 197 doesn't match really here. See if I can get any more help. It could be that it has to do with this. You see that I have the single quotation repeated twice here. So it could be that I have to add a third separator. So it could be like, I could be using like, I'm not getting anything at all here. I was thinking to use these small side quotations. I don't know the name of these ones, but you see that they are a little bit difficult. It's from the, they're not the same as the.
I think you have one extra after brand ask the two extra Yes, this one. Yes, Chris.
Yeah, it's getting difficult with this when this is when you are mixing a lot of strings. It could be really tricky to get things right. So let's see if anything is happening. Yes, now we have Alfa Romeo first, and we have Volvos when we press the other button. So this is now actually working. So we could add these buttons to the rest also here. This time maybe the copy paste will work. Like that. No, I need to, oh, sorry for that. Now I get the button information. And I will do the same for the year also. Now we need to send in, you see, we have brand on all, so we need to separate the input for the sort with like model, for example, and years, so it know what to sort on. And we do the same here. This would have been easier to use the other way we were doing this, building up this with the JavaScript, complete with JavaScript. You remember with the create nodes and append data. It would have been easier to read and overview the things. It would be more code, but it could have been easier to see. This is still working, hopefully. So now we have like these ugly buttons here. But now we could separate them. So if you're pressing this one, we need to check that it's the model that we are doing. And over here, the years. So we need to check the input, the sort function actually. So we could extend this a little bit more. So we could add some more sorting just for that. So we could do it like doing some more else ifs actually. It would be four more of these. So this would be brand and this would be model. Model ascending and model descending. We had the year also. Like that, and then we need to check the correct ones here. So instead of brand, we go for model here. Model. Model, and finally year.
I think you can mark and then press Control D, and then you can change every year. I mean, brand.
Okay. So what did I do wrong now here? I made something wrong here. I hope this didn't mess things up. So we have, this is the first sorting just with without the arrow functionality, and this is with the arrow functionality, so it's just one line for the sorting. But I hope we have everything here, brand and brand, model and model, and year and year. So we have the different kinds of sorting. So let's try this if it's working now actually. So I press the brand first, we have Alfa Romeo first, and the other way around we have the Volvo. Sorting on model, we should get, yeah, it sorts the text characters first. So this is why we, or did I do it wrong? Maybe, yeah, I did it wrong, of course. I made this classic copy paste error. So this should actually be like the other way around, I think. Checking if it's higher. Like this. I think this will do it. Because I was mixing the A and B parts, so it should not return the same data for all of them. So you see it, you have here also the same thing, that you have checking if one is bigger than the other, but it should return different data if it's higher or lower. So that's the thing. So let's try this again. This is now turning, this is looking better now. We get these models sorted correctly, and we have the year 1975 and 1984. So now it's actually working. So this is just to show you how to make a simple sort. We also added this class functionality to the CSS, so you could most likely do this much better and more beautiful than I do. Like start using icons for these buttons, so maybe just remove the button part so you don't see the button, but only see maybe some icons for, so you could press for sorting, you know, like arrows up and arrows down or something like that. Excuse me. So this was just to show you a little bit of sort. Do we have any questions on this? I'm sorry about this. This section it could be a little bit hard to read. It's easy to understand it from up here when I added the buttons in the top columns. It's easy to see it when it's actually just elements. So this was just a small break for you, so you could continue with repeating the things you want. Sorting is also always useful in some way, so this could be done also if you're using like another JavaScript library that is handling tables and so on. You would most likely have a built-in sorting in those.
Where do you find A and B in a sorting functions?
Sorry?
And A and B
in the sort, yeah. This is part of the sorting, array sorting. They are writing it like this, so this is taking. I think it's maybe easier if you have a look on the maybe on this section. HTML. No, I was looking for JavaScript here now. They have some good examples in the links I gave you last week. No, this is not helping me. So you actually have this. These links are available from last week. I don't know if you had a look at them. Sorting arrays. So these parts are covering. This is showing you exactly how it's working with this sorting. So if you didn't have a look on this last week, so have a look on this now.
Yeah, sure.
So this is explaining about sorting. So it's a lot of information, but it's showing many examples how it's working. But you see, they are using this A and B all the time, so this could most likely be other naming also, but most examples you will be seeing using like this. Yeah, I was also mentioning this class thing for CSS. Here you also have this W3 Schools is covering a lot of things. So if you're not sure about some things, have a look here. They have easy explanations about it. So how to use it. So this is a great page. It's maybe sometimes difficult to find things, but it's covering a lot. It's also having actually some C# parts of it. So did anyone use the quizzes we had for today? How did you manage with that? Did you do any of these quiz things?
Yes.
Full score? So there's actually also a quiz for, you see, there is a quiz for C# also, and a quiz for React, and there's a lot of information on this page actually, so have a look on that. Do we have any more questions about this sorting? Nothing at all. So tomorrow we're going to start with the server part. We're on C# again. So finally back to C#, you think, or what do you think? Do you like the front end better than the back end? You don't know the back end yet, but it's C. You've been doing some C# at least, so you will recognize the code. So tomorrow we start with creating a web API. First a simple one, and then we're going to do one with the cars. So we will have a database, an entity framework. We're going to do something called, I lost my name, Postman. It's a testing tool, so you could test your API that it's working. But that is tomorrow. So you still have some few hours for repeating the front-end parts. So otherwise, see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.